Listen, let me start this statement off by saying welcome to the show. Here to put you up on topics that you really need to know. Live and center from the Ville, I introduce the coolest host. Ambitious Q, the DJ, got you ready, good to go.
Yo, what's happening? Welcome back to a brand new episode of You Can't Sit With Us Radio, featuring myself, as always, Ambitious, aka the kid that never sold dope, and the one and only, the smooth Q, the DJ. Man, what's up?
What's going on, bro? How you feeling?
Man, pretty good, man. I hit a turkey last week, man.
What?
I hit a turkey.
How you hit a turkey?
Hey, man, that mud just jumped out in the middle of the street. It was on the side of the road, and I don't know. I guess it got startled or something.
I don't feel like I've ever seen a turkey in the summer.
Hey, they be out there. They be out. The ass of the turkey hit the top of my windshield. It was trying to fly. It was trying to fly, man.
What?
It was chilling on the side of the road, and then I don't know if it got scared. I don't know what happened, and then yeah, it left an ass print and everything. I was like, crazy. Turkey was going crazy, man.
That's nuts, bro. I've never experienced that. I hope I never do.
You never seen no turkey? I have.
I mean, I've seen a turkey. Yeah, I mean, I've eaten one, everything, but I haven't. I've never seen one on the street.
They be out just like rabbits. All them rabbits that be out too. So I seen a couple foxes out here too.
Word.
Right. Yeah, they keep all the, they do all this building. They cut down all the trees and stuff. So you're gonna see more out.
I've been hearing. I feel like I saw something the other day where they were talking about that, saying that we would see more animals now since like they're just like getting shit out of here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, that's Nashville for you.
I had 2 foxes chilling outside of my house when I went home the other night. Yeah, just in my driveway, just chilling.
I feel like in some, like a lot of that stuff I've never seen until I got here. Like I never had seen a fox outside back home in Milwaukee. Never.
Yeah, see, now it's crazy because I live in the city, so like the city, so it's like, oh fuck, these foxes out here. So
It'd be some stuff. I don't know what it is out there. I was out there one time. I heard a howl. And I was whatever that fucking bug was.
All right, man. So, this is our freestyle episode, man. We just gonna kick it. We ain't interviewing nobody. No, we got some special guests with us. I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourself. Honey, you can go first.
Oh my God. I'm trash. Hey everybody, it's FoundHoney checking in. I'm just here to kick it. You know what it is.
and yo, it's good. It's Brittany Brooks, talent manager, just here. Yeah, see what You Can't Sit With Us is talking about today on their freestyle episode.
Appreciate y'all. How y'all feeling today? Y'all doing all right?
I'm feeling great. It is sunny outside.
Yes.
We literally had a whole week of rain, and that was trash. So
yeah,
I was glad for some sun.
I got to enjoy that shit yesterday. Going to the So I was telling you about. Have y'all seen the Nashville Black Market?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Well, basically,
I haven't.
I think it's every last Friday, or every first Friday of the month, at where the farmers market is. Mm-hmm. They have a black market, so it's basically a bunch of vendors. They come out, of course, all black. They have like food trucks, music, all that stuff. But it's actually pretty lit. Like I mess with it. That you can go and you see a lot of vendors out there, like popular brands that you see like in the city. So I got a chance to do that, but this time I went to the Murfreesboro one, and I feel like they were not honoring black people. It was like it wasn't enough. And I was like, well, I mean, it is Murfreesboro, but I was like, I don't feel like this one is living up to the Nashville expectation.
I mean, it is Murfreesboro, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Like Murfreesboro, I have to like explain it to you in Milwaukee. Murfreesboro was like Murfreesboro will probably be what people think Brown Deer is. Like, yeah, a suburb. And so you don't really expect to see that many black people. Like, you see them, but not really. It's not like an Antioch or, something like that. So when they have theirs, it's much different because their vendors, like, they weren't top quality. Mm-hmm. And that's not to be, like, disrespectful to vendors, but I feel like when you go to events like that, you expect, like, a plethora of people.
Oh,
like,
no,
people
you're
that
going to
do
get
a bunch of different stuff.
Wholesale.
Facts. But they had, like, everybody did fragrances or they did waist beads. and that was really it. Like they did that. They only had a couple food trucks, and I know like when I'm going to the Nashville one, it's mad vendors. Like I done seen like CBD vendors, like liquor vendors, dessert vendors, just everything. But I don't know. I just saw that and that was weird to me. Like to be in this area, and I'm like, fam, y'all not that far from Nashville, and this joint did not feel the same.
I wonder if it's just like, I mean, because I've never heard about it, advertising, or maybe like how many black companies or businesses do we have out in Murfreesboro? Maybe it's just not a plethora of them like it is here in the city.
Yeah, that's facts. Because, I mean, I didn't, come to think of it, they didn't have their own like Instagram and shit. Like they was just running it through a Murfreesboro page, so that's probably, that could play a part too.
I mean, it's not really like a lot of black people in the state of Tennessee as a whole.
Yeah.
So we have to kind of give a little grace.
I mean, they already call it white people Atlanta anyways.
They trying. They got lip gloss. You know, there's a lot of lip gloss.
Yeah. So, do you...
Right.
I don't know. So, have you always lived here?
Yeah. No. My family is from here, but I lived in Alabama. I've traveled a lot. My dad was an actor. And
right.
Uncle played football growing up, so it was just like I got exposed to a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
I lived in Atlanta.
Do you feel like this is probably the least place that you live where you've seen, probably the place that you live where you've seen the least amount of black people?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I lived in Atlanta when it was like Alicia Keys with the hat to the side, Alicia Keys. Like I was growing up in like the underground mall era.
I feel that.
When it was cool, when it was
malls,
coming back to be black was cool. Like
Yeah.
so I'm not used to this. I'm complaining all the time.
They be making fun of me when I'm out on Broadway and shit, and I'm at these bars and stuff. It's like, bro, there's a sea of white people in your big black ass. It's just in this Casa, what was it, Casa Rosa? And
What choice do you have?
It just makes it hard to even want to go out in this city because it's like, where are the black people at?
I gotta go somewhere off Jefferson or something. I gotta go
out to the hood where I might get shot at, like and
only kinda. Because it's like, yeah, that's true. But at the same time, you get so many different types of black people that migrate here. So it's really hard to find like a common interest in 2022 for black people to have like a general hangout spot in Nashville.
Yeah.
We don't have a scene because I don't feel like we found what ties all of us together here.
Yeah.
Are we gonna be like sports? Are we gonna be Titans fans? Are we gonna?
You're like, what do the black people do here? Like,
together
what do y'all do here? Like,
they selling cocaine on Broadway now.
What's y'all thing?
What? Oh, Broadway is nuts.
Yeah, they selling cocaine. They arrested like 3 people yesterday.
Really?
Selling cocaine, yeah. It was like undercover cops down there.
Oh.
Yeah. I was just telling Kyrie about that shit. No, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I just get some weed and just go down the street.
Right.
I feel like
I'm just moving around, going in the alley real quick, going right back into the bar.
Right.
I feel like black people always gotta like find a place to like fit in out here. Like for hangout spots, it be spots that's primarily white, but we just gotta like kind of fit in. Like we down there, like down there where that Mexican spot is, Chewy's downtown. It's like that one little strip where you got the place. It's like that one bar that you get, Kung Fu and all that stuff, and that's primarily a white area. But the black people just kind of like got to fit in because that's all we got.
I was just there last night.
And on top of that,
I know.
What's crazy too is that it's the fact that the places that we want to go to want to charge us an arm and a leg to be there. And so it's like you kind of are met with this crossroads of like, yeah, I want to fuck with my people.
Yeah.
But like, bro, $500 for a table at Willie B's for 2 hours, you're tripping.
That's crazy.
I needed to be like, I've always wanted to get a part of the club life just to see what niggas really be doing. Like I ain't never been in there like, yeah, let me just buy a bottle for the night. Like
There ain't never no parking nowhere.
Do it when it's like new. I would say if you're not in that world, like only reason I ever got into that world because I used to club promote with like A-list and stuff like that.
Yeah, we sure did do that.
Yeah. So if you're not like used to that, I would just wait till it's New Year's or something, because you're not. It's not nothing. It's cracked up to be.
Yeah. Just like the strip clubs down here, it's cheap.
It's a flex. It's literally for a flex. It's not for anything else. No one's in there mixing and mingling. Hi, how's your mom? No. Don't care.
It's interesting stuff that goes right. Like, I'll be trying shit. I'll just be out here trying to try stuff, because if I wait on these motherfuckers, I'm not going to see nothing. But I got to see. Mm-hmm. And a lot of my friends who happen to be white, they take me to all these places. I was at a cigar bar, a Red Phone booth.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I didn't start really getting real experiences here till I started making white friends. Like,
I'll do that one downtown. I go to the cigar bar over here out east by Local Honey. I ain't a cigar smoker for real, but
it's nice to have a good cigar every now and then. Every now and then, a good cigar is fire.
That's a male thing to say.
I found this like hole in the wall place though here downtown. It's like a cigar bar, but it's like a secret entrance, and like it's in a basement, and it's like super, But like, but like I said, it took me making white friends to like really start experiencing like this new Nashville, and like, and it's just like, but like I forgot who said it earlier. Like you kind of have to like fit in. Like you just have to.
Cigars make your breath stink.
Well, I don't smoke cigars, but I had really great drinks there.
No, I mean, he asked too, though. Like,
I gotta know. Why is it a male thing? Why do you think that's a male thing?
Well, no, my mom smokes cigars.
Because our breath stink?
No,
not for real.
I smoked, like, my great granddad smoked cigars. Yeah. And then my parents never smoked or drank, ever. So now my dad's like in his 50s. He started to like, hit a cigar every now and then. Like it's a granddad thing. Like, so he's feeling that vibe, and I be like, that thing stank, boy. I done got him a hand roll when I was in Miami. I was like, let me get my dad a hand roll cigar and let me try one. It's nasty. I'll take a black and mild over that. No.
Hey, I love the way they smell though, oddly.
A pipe?
Yeah.
No. No. Weed or nothing.
Yeah, facts. I think we can all agree. Everybody was like, yeah, facts. Stop it, bro. Relax. Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all a little thing about me. So I enjoy weed, but I also enjoy CBD as well. And niggas don't believe me because I like to mix my weed with CBD.
You a smart man.
Niggas act like I be wildin', and I'm like, that's a great idea, bro.
No, you're a smart man. I don't care.
How so, though? Like, what's the logic behind it?
Okay, so the way that I see it, or at least for me, is weed has its, like, pluses, like it helps you, but mainly it's there to get you high. Like, weed isn't focused so much these days on inflammation or focused on you being excited or whatever. So you get the weed to get you at the high you like to be at, but you can also have CBD for if I'm feeling tired. Like, it's a strain that makes me feel awake. You know what I mean? Like, so for me, like I was telling Kier this a couple of days ago, like I'm not a nigga that likes to smoke and sit there. Like, I like to be able to smoke and get in my car and go run errands, do what I gotta do, and move.
You a sativa man.
Yeah, in fact. So, because you can never find a good sativa anywhere, never. You can never. I mean, you can, but it's more difficult because niggas don't look for that. Niggas want to sit down on their couches when they done. Like, and I'm the opposite. So for me, CBD is there to help me to like get that little kick that I need. And it works, and you can find different strains for it. Like, it's CBDs you can take for headaches. You can take it because your fucking ankle hurts. Like, a bunch of shit, bro. And it just works.
CBD gave me a headache.
I
was with him when it happened.
He probably just had some bad shit, man.
Some shit called White Boy Rick. Like,
that was your problem right there.
Okay, Rick and Morty.
That was your problem right there.
It was CBD. It was like some fire CBD. I was just trying to try it. It was legal. We could just do it, right?
Yeah.
So I did that. I don't know if I was supposed to roll it up in the back, but I did that.
Oh, God. You just put the tobacco on the CBD and took the whole shit from it.
Wildin', my boy.
I was about to say, like, when I smoke, it really just depends. Like, I normally roll papers over my woods, but like depending on how I am, if I really want like a head high, like I need to like mellow out and sit down, I'll just do the backwood without the paper. I like the paper because it takes away that like
I feel that
really bad head high that you get from smoking a wood by itself. With
that's like similar to like having to like smoking and having like a beer. Like that feeling is very head highish. I mean, so it's I get it, but that's why I prefer CBD.
I don't see that because like the head high is what I need to think, and the body high I can't do. It's similar to like a perp or something that's like more indica dominant. Puts me to where my body is incapable of like I feel sluggish, and that's what tobacco does too. So if I'm in a position where I'm like, okay, I want to be a brighter feeling, I'm going to put it in a bowl, or I might like smoke the CBD because they got the dab bars now.
Hey,
if you go completely sober.
Bari, I was telling you about that. Yeah, you can walk in there, bro,
will smack
and you can, you will be smacked. Stop playing, bro. No, I'm going to take you. It's literally right by your house.
The whole day. It's
look up the Holistic Connection. Yep. It's literally down the street from your crib, bro, and I got one in Brentwood. But, bro, you can go to that dab bar and you will be smacked.
Off the couple hits, bro. Like, you do a dab on that CBD and but not only that, but when you do get the high, you get the head high and it's bright, but you can function.
Yeah, and that's what I fuck with.
You can do everything. It's like, so whoa.
It really fucks with it. Or sometimes like I can admit, sometimes I smoke like some of your shit, it'll be like out of this world, and I'll be like, this is a little bit too much.
Yeah.
So, and I'll be like, yo, I need the CBD to balance it out.
I'm not with the rapper weed. That's vacation weed.
I'm cool on that, bro.
Oh God, roll me up a perp. You know, smoking on purple gonna ease your mind. I need that on a boat though.
I be in there, nigga, anxious as a mug, can't breathe, so yeah, bro. I be having to mellow it out. So I be telling niggas, I tell anybody, bro.
What the hell?
But that's how I feel like when I say head high. That's what I mean. Like it be the bad trip kind of head high, where it's like,
and that shit,
you're in your head.
No, like it'll literally be like almost like a sick feel, like oh my gosh, like I'm dying. I remember it was
I feel like dying on YouTube.
No, literally. There was this one time I called my mom because I live alone, and I was like, Mom, something's not right. I was like, look,
I'm I just here on that.
I literally just got done watching like a crime scene, like the people who clean up crime scenes. And then I watched one where a dude sat in his house for 10 weeks, like had literally started to seep into the mattresses that he was like. So I'm thinking like, bro, I live alone. Like if I die, like nobody's gonna find me. Like
no, fam, I called Kier. I was like, bro, I'm in the crib. My sister gone, bro. I'm not feeling good right now. I called that nigga like, bro, I need to talk. And he was like, I went outside, sat on the balcony, like, yo, I need some fresh air. I was out of there messed up, boy. It was, I'm for sure it was something you gave me, nigga, and I was in there bugging.
No, my fear is like, okay, no cap, people who like the fentanyl that gets in weed and all that. How does that even happen? Like, I don't be wanting to smoke other people's shit now, like, because it's like,
I only go to like one person.
Yeah, like I got like 2 solid people that I stick with, and it's just like, but I just
the complexity behind it is like you could get anything then laced with
yeah.
But the reason why people generally won't use fentanyl and lace it with weed is because it's a waste. Why would you kill your line? You take the type of drug weed is. You can't be selling zips of fentanyl, and one, it's a waste of money. Because then you're gonna have to jack up the price of the weed because of how much the fentanyl is. Otherwise,
quick maths.
Florida. Keep them in pill form and sell them as a Xan. That's what people keep doing out here. I do not touch that.
See. Let me stop you right there, partner. That's too much. If you got this is a lot of drugs right now. Like, if you can't roll it up and smoke it or grow it in your backyard, you need to leave it alone.
Yeah,
agree.
That's absolutely too much trouble to get lit. You need therapy.
That's
I'm just saying the fact that like you think about it, like all of those different elements go into the drug market, and you're like,
crazy.
all right, bro. Like, y'all got too much going on.
I'm like, what's fentanyl even out here for?
This for this for that.
No.
It's
for the people that do the pills and stuff.
Too many pharmaceuticals.
I was confused. I don't even know what
it's for people that live in Florida.
Florida
shit.
I feel like people really lose themselves off stuff, like too many different drugs. Like, how do you have an anchor on you?
Facts.
You're constantly outsourcing your energy into different pockets. Like,
Facts.
That's not you as a whole. You gotta have a anchor.
That should be too much. I already know.
What did you take when you fell asleep all day in Denver?
Oh, bro.
I want to say it was the edible, actually.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I can't do edible, like.
That's all I do.
Yeah. Nah, edibles are,
I get smacked.
Take them off.
I get smacked.
Nothing can blow it.
You can't.
I hate that. I'm done being high now.
Yeah, like when you're smoking, like if I go out and walk and drink some water, like I'll come down a little bit, but like that edible stuff, bro, it ain't. You can't do nothing. It ain't nothing you can do. You can't fight back. It's over.
That's what I'm saying. Like I remember I bought from this white boy one time, and I bought like gummies like literally about this big, and I took one.
Yeah.
Gave me a terrible trip, and I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe I wasn't in my right mind, so I was like, let me do it again. You know, like try it again. Same thing. I said, all right, Brittany, third time's a charm. I was like, if this third time I have a bad trip, I'm getting rid of this whole bag. Yeah. My third trip was the worst trip of mine. At one point, I thought I was finna pass out. I'm at my homie's like crib, and his grandmother's asking me to bring her food, and I'm lit off of edible. I'm like, I'm about to pass out. I'm like, let me just get her food in front of her before I literally dropped the plate in front of her and fell on the couch. And I was like, told my friend, take me home. I can't do this. Take me home.
Like I was trying to hit him up. I was trying to get the rental car keys. I'm like, bro, you going downtown?
Out of there,
knocked out,
boy, out of there.
Yeah, I can't
it was crazy. That sleep came up on me. I didn't even know I was finna do it. I think I sat down and like put my phone on the charger, and I was in the bed. And I'm like, damn, the bed feel great. Like, I'm like, damn, let me partake one time. Man.
Right.
Bro,
like, man,
I woke back up. It was 6 a.m.
I was like, give me the keys so I can go there.
No, I can't do that. The edibles, they can work, but you really have to know what's in it and how much is in it. The milligrams matter.
And a lot of niggas don't tell you what they use, because these days, you know, you just want an edible that tastes good. Like, I want this brownie, but not only do I want it to give me smack, I want the brownie to be banging.
Yeah, because it shouldn't taste like weed. Why I'm chewing weed?
No, that's facts. Yeah. That's facts. Yeah. But in that, a lot of people don't tell you what they use. Like, I use this many milligrams in the butter or whatever. They just
Like, if you're going to be a chef in there, be a chef. Go ahead.
That's why you got to find one person and stick to that same person. You can't. They be wondering why people be like trying to stick with their same weed people, like, because when you got that one weed man, you need to stick with that person because you know what they do and you know what they give you.
But you know what? Shrooms, I'm a weirdo. When it comes to those, I can eat those plain, like.
You do like the nasty corn chip toast smell taste.
It's the texture.
It does taste like sunflower seeds and popcorn.
Yeah.
And corn chips.
They don't taste that bad. Yes, they do.
It's like the first time I did them, I was like, this isn't that bad. But I'm not gonna lie, like I can't chew it for too long. For too long, it starts almost like feeling pasty in my mouth, and I'm like. I'm like, let me hurry up and chew.
I get the shroom chocolate because where I go get mine from, it's already they'll grind it up and put it in the powder, and so then you buy it in a chocolate bar. You don't have to eat as much because it digests faster.
Was it the ones where it's like separated? Into little,
I've never partaken in any kind of shroom in my life.
You know what? I was nervous the first time, but it was a really great. Like for me, okay, so I've noticed I've done them 3 times. And she'll tell you, like, the first time I did it, I could see the auras in plants. Like, I could see, like, people's auras. Like, one time I took them, I could see, like, people's, like, souls, like levitating. Damn. And I saw my grandmother in my bathroom. Like, me and her had a moment. But that's the thing. I couldn't, like, physically see her. But I felt her presence and I knew she was there. And I had a whole conversation with her. And as soon as I walked out the bathroom, I was like, I love you, Granny. Closed the door and she was gone. And I went back to going on about my day. Like, it was just. Like, it's just like. It was just like.
We were tripping one time. Because we have a. Now, this is the thing about shrooms. You can't just do that recreationally. I don't believe in that. Because that opens up too many neural passageways. So. It's important to be intentional about when you do them. But one time we were tripping, and she looked at me. And the first time you saw auras, I was tripping. It started making me cry because I was like, oh my God, the more you say it, the more I see it.
Yeah, like that shit.
Shut up. I haven't tapped into this level of myself yet. I was like, oh my God, I see it. Then the second time, I'm sitting here dead in the middle of talking. We're watching something on TV and she goes, Chamoke. And I was like, what? What is it? And she goes, there is like a ball of light floating next to you. And it is just, I was like, am I dying? Is it my soul? Is it? I was so tripping. And she was like, no, like, it's just beauty and light and like, it's yours. And I don't know. And I was just like, okay.
It came out of nowhere, y'all. When it like, it messed me up. I was like, I don't know. It was, I don't know how to explain it because I know talking about it sober to people like it sounds like bitch you just tripping on shrooms, but like it really is like a
spiritual experience.
Yeah, but you know what? I want to trip them by myself because I feel like there's some stuff I probably got to deal with, and I feel like that's really gonna open it up. But I'm kind of scared about what's gonna happen.
Have at least one trip by themselves.
Remember? Okay, last thing on those though, you got to be careful though because there was you remember I kept saying the last time we tripped, I was like, there's a shadow like. It was a black shadow that kept walking back and forth, like, and we had to open the doors. I was like, no, I don't know what this is, but you got to go. You got to get out.
I feel like I'm a very spiritual.
Yeah, it was just
person,
like,
So as soon as somebody else, like, if I was in a ghost movie, y'all got me messed up. I rebuke all this. No, I don't play that. So,
yeah, no, she was like, she opened all my doors.
Who's in here? Goodbye. Get out. Where are my angels? Nope. I was like, not going for that. No.
Nah, honey, I know you being Nigerian, I know your family gotta have some of them stories. But it was like my dad tells me intermittently about some spiritual battle that is going on in Nigeria right now. My uncle is paralyzed right now because they in a fight over some land. Look, I'm on the phone with my dad, like, you know, like off work, just chilling. Like, this is not, I hadn't smoked, I haven't done anything. I'm listening to this. This is for real.
Yeah.
And so after I started looking into that stuff, I was like, this is really real. Like it don't make the news. But there's
I don't think people understand. They don't understand that it's not something you can see. It's not of the eye. It's of invisible. The spirit. It's like you cannot explain to me right here, right now, why you're talking and walking. So shut up about stuff you don't understand.
Facts.
So I agree. It's nothing. Mm-hmm. Everything here is unexplainable, and that's the whimsical, fun part about it. But it's also the part you gotta like pay attention to or remember, like. Mm-hmm. So.
I feel that.
Hey,
no, this was a great first section because I got to digest. I always like hearing people's shroom stories.
That's by far the most intense shroom story I've heard.
Yeah,
but like it didn't feel scary at any point. Like I was never scared or. Because I mean, it wasn't bad though. Like other than that dark shadow, and like only reason why I was like. I wasn't even scared of it then. It just kept like coming out the corner of my eye. I'm like, yo, what is going on over here? But I don't know. There was a lady that died at my next door before I moved in. So sometimes I'm like, if there's a spirit in here, if she's in here, girl, as long as you don't bother me, I won't bother you. Like we can live, you know, cohesively, and it don't have to be an issue. But
the research I did basically when it comes to ghosts and all that shit, I would tell anybody in the scary movie is don't be scared. Because you the one that has the physical body.
Yeah, you're right.
They want that, you know what I'm saying? And they can't have it as long as you're not willing to give it up.
Period. Yeah. That's why they don't come over here.
I've had stuff like that happen, like sleep paralysis. I get every now and again. Like I can't sleep on my back because if I do, it happens every time. First time it happened to me, I remember waking up and like hearing a growling noise in my ear, like somebody was laying next to me and just heavy breathing, growling. And then I remember opening my eyes and I couldn't move, but my vision, like it was zooming in on the wall where I had a balloon. Yeah. But probably the scariest one for me is I had a red orb. I woke up in the middle of the night around my hand and I was laying on my back, sleep paralysis, and I felt a jerk, like something jerked me up. And I was like, what the fuck? And then it jerked me again. I'm like, oh, hell. But I always keep my mind calm. When that stuff happens, I'm like, Brittany, like, you're in sleep paralysis. It'll come out. This isn't real, whatever. And like literally within seconds, I'm like out of it. So I'm just like, all right, and we go back to, normal life.
I never did that. I know people that like have astral projected and stuff like that. That is like, I know it hasn't happened for me because I know how the capacity, but I haven't opened up to like the idea of allowing that yet. So.
Yeah,
I for sure know I did that shit, but like I don't know what the fuck was going on. There's 2 instances I'll tell you real quick. Like there was one time where I was just chilling. I don't know what the fuck I was doing in this dream, but I jumped for some reason. And nigga, when I jumped, I did not stop going up. I just kept going up. I kept going up, like fast. I'm talking about in seconds. I am outside the atmosphere looking down at the earth, and I'm like, what the
Everybody
fuck?
says that. I've heard so many people that have astral projected, and some people that have intentionally done it. Like my sister has done it on accident, and she was like, no, I didn't. I was looking at myself sleeping. And I was like, oh my God. Like, and she could literally walk around her room, like, while she was watching herself turn over in her sleep.
That's crazy.
And I'm like,
I want to experience that. What the hell?
That's scary.
Yeah. One time, you got talking to God. I'm like, bro, how do you do that?
People say that.
The only thing I would be shook by is I'd be like, damn, I hope this not the end. Like, yeah, no cap. Like I do that. I do that for like 20, 30 minutes. I was like, all right, so when this gonna be over?
Actually live it out, because like I said, that first time I did that, I ruined it because I got scared. I was like, what the fuck? Put me down, and I put me down. And then the second time, I was up in the sky again, and a fucking planet almost hit me or something. A planet was like, what I was like, I had to duck the planet, and I'm like, bro.
Were you sleeping when this happened? My mom says that, like, she believes when we go to sleep, like, our spirit enters, like, the spiritual world, which is why I feel like we have such wild, because it's just like our brains can't even fathom, like, the possibilities, like, you know, of what we can do and what's accessible and all that. And I don't know, I feel like in spirit world, those wild dreams you be having, like, really could be a parallel, like, to, like, some, you're just in another realm, like, you're not in the physical form of where we are right now.
Well, before you became, you were spirit.
Yeah,
so it's
you were
constant
energy
circle,
and spirit, yeah.
like, whatever operates the vehicle, this is just a vehicle. So I agree. I want to see. I do want to see what it's like to astral project.
I do too. Now I'm about to be in here trying to intentionally do it every time I go to sleep. Now, how do you even do that? Like, how do you get to?
Well, the times I did it on accident, it was when I was listening to super spiritual, because they always make fun of me, but I'd be listening to like spiritual like lectures and like a lot of those different types of speakers. And if you listen to that stuff, especially when you fall asleep, and they talking about all of these the Orishas and all these, you know, Oshun and all this shit,
all your deities,
you know what I'm saying, and then you really start getting tapped in tune of how does that deal with anything with you? What does that have to do with you? And you learn about your auras and your chakras and all this type of shit. And that, when you go to bed, you'll flip the fuck out.
You're going to have so many different types of spiritual experience. That's why I was like, man, I'm not ready to open that door because I want to be intentional about it. And I don't want to, like, energetically invite anything because of my fear of it.
That's especially what Christian people say. But they'll say a way, like, not all Christian people, but like the typical black person that you try to talk to in the church about Orishas and stuff like that, Nigerian practitioning and shit. They're going to think of it as demon worship and all this type of things, and because of the fears, like they're right. Fear that if you do it unintentionally and you know have messed up intentions, or you just doing it to play with it, like a lot of motherfuckers trying to play with Ouija boards and stuff like that.
Yeah, they got bad intentions for it.
So that's exactly what you're going to. The energy you put in is what you're going to get out. You know, that's how karma really works. So if you just study, if you study the material and then you know the workings of everything. Then you can know how to set your intentions with it. Like, okay, this does this, and I need that. So
and it's simple.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do this pink Himalayan salt bath thing. Yes. And listen to this and have a fucking
sound bath, crystal bath.
Come on now.
Cleanse like
for real. And you can do that and just with some good sense or whatever the hell you want to do.
I see. Yeah, no, I see that.
I'll do all of that stuff. I wouldn't mind. Like I'm a very spiritual person. A sound bath. A lot of people they do it different ways. Like they have the bowls, the singing bowls.
That's
the
what
different frequencies. Sound healing is real. So the different frequencies, whether it's in your music, whether it's in the environment you go to, church, whatever it is, it brings out certain vibrations for your energy.
Damn, I want to try that shit.
Yeah.
Is she doing it June? What's it say? What's she say? June 12th?
No, nigga, that shit tonight.
Sure, you can tell the difference between people that's rapping this around. People that's been listening to Future the past month and people that's been listening to Kendrick. It's a significant thought process difference. And so that's what frequency does. Like,
I feel that.
Yo, what kind of shrooms was Boosie on though? Because he was humping the air when he took his shrooms.
Oh, Boosie was tripping. I seen that video.
Seen it?
he was with the wrong people.
Yeah, Boosie just being Boosie, bro.
No.
Because all the hood niggas on shrooms now. I ain't even gonna lie. I mean, that's what we've been saying though. Like, people been telling them that, and they thought, "Oh, this is psychedelic. It's about to make Pac-Man jump out the sky." No,
I'd rather see that. No,
that's acid. Like, that's acid. I wouldn't fry my brain like that.
I had one of my roommates in college. I went to an EDM concert and shit. And that's what the fuck they be doing is acid.
Whoo, no LSD.
Nope, I'm not doing none of that stuff, bro. I'll listen to this whatever beats or whatever. I can't even explain that music, but it's cool.
But it's cool.
But it's cool. It's cool. I ain't gonna down them. Like, it's cool, but
put my fist away.
it's just weird. It's weird.
It's just beats, and like, I get it, but because like, I don't want to have to be on acid or that many drugs in order to be in tune with that, and that kind of lets me know that it's not really tuned.
That's what I used to make fun of them for. I'm like, bro, so you told me you just be rolling around listening to this on
it's just nothing
on 18 volume, like you just kind of got this on. You know what I'm saying? Everything
is just going. All right, scatter.
Listen to this drop, bro. Listen to this drop. And I'm like, we just listened to 2 other drops,
bro, and it's just nothing. You're like, wow, a bunch of bongos. Oh my god, you went stupid.
The bongos.
Oh my god. That's what happens every drop is nothing. You're like, what in the Six Flags? I do not want to do this. Like, bored. I'm downtown on Whiskey Road drunk, and they all night. God, get me out of here.
That's why I at least like Tim Wolf on Demumbrian, because they got the countryside, and then they got the
early 2000s to death us.
They do throw back us to death.
To death. Oh my god.
Yesterday.
Like, okay. I get the aesthetic and nostalgia, but I'm so sick of those 2 words. Like, it's just like we're stuck in an aesthetic era right now, and I'm just like, everything is for social media.
I was like, why are you niggas using aesthetic so much, bro?
Literally.
Aesthetic nostalgia, this and that. Go back that. Man, I swear, if another DJ in Nashville, it does not make sense, and I know I rave about this all the time, but it does not make sense for me to go out on my normal Saturday night and have to hear music that I heard in the 5th grade every time I go out.
Literally.
Like, you
go Soulja Boy me to death.
Music is transitional. So every time you guys do not update that, you're constantly taking me or keeping me in a specific frame of mind. I don't want to stay in that. Reminiscing is one thing, but you reliving the past, that make me feel depressed. Is this what y'all highlight of life? This the only one? Y'all don't dream? You don't have no ambitions?
I give Weekend they props though. I went there last time for the first time since like 2014, and they even dropped F and F. I was like, they
gonna drop F and F. They gonna drop the ones.
Well, Weekend was about to be out of here at one point, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they was. I remember going to one of them last few days that they thought they was going to be out of there. They was selling like food and like
they caught on
it was
fire
a food. It looked like a barbecue, nigga. Like you go on the table, it's just trays of shit, and you just grab like potato salad. And I was like, nigga, what's happening here?
Hey, I know that's right though. You gotta save your business. You gotta do what you gotta do.
I said, bro, what's happening here right now, nigga? Y'all got the most.
You got grandma frying chicken in the back.
Yeah, no cap.
Tipper. I know that's right.
You want to go ahead and get into first song?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
What is the first song?
Oh, don't trip. Don't worry about it. First song we gonna do we'll do Mo City Heart. He just dropped it. Happy birthday, Mo City. And yeah. It's his birthday.
Some more enthusiasm. Happy birthday, Mo City.
Mo City, happy birthday, boy. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into my guy Mo City with Heart, and we'll be back on You Can't Sit With Us Radio. I took your part. I
remember like
Like, my niggas been my niggas since we was kids. Like, we kinda damn near raised each other. You know what I mean? I remember I got my first show in Missouri and shit. They paid me $100. I came all the way from Wisconsin. We split that bitch up, you know? So I just feel good to build something with y'all niggas.
Yeah, I got the heart of a lion. I got the blood of a slave. All of my brothers is wolves. I never trade on the game. I never question the game. I know they feeling the same. I just drove the Bentley. How can I both fly? I got the heart of a lion. I got the blood of a slave. All of my brothers is wolves. I never trade on the game. I never question the game. I know they feeling the same. I just drove the Bentley. How can I both fly? I bury that pain with purchases. I'm thumbing through my nervousness. I'm keeping it cool on surfaces. I gotta be free for purposes. I'm reversing it. Generational curse. Keeping it gray and low. Watching for serpents. Watching for niggas who hurtful. They wanna hurt us. Refund the circle. Jotting my journal. Not for a fortune. Remember them nights. Feel like it's torture. Now I'm on planes. Boarding. Treating me good. I'm very important. Talk to my lawyer. Don't like the deal. Got nothing for you. Keeping it real. Did it regardless. Keeping it real. I got the heart of a lion. I got the blood of a slave. All of my brothers is wolves. I never trade on the game. I never question the game. I know they feeling the same. I just drove the Bentley. How can I both fly? I got the heart of a lion. I got the blood of a slave. All of my brothers is wolves. I never trade on the game. I never question the game. I know they feeling the same. I just drove the Bentley. How can I both fly? Came in with all of my partners, nothing divided. Banded together, all through the violence. Take what we want, it turn into pirates. We cannot suffer in silence. Took to the streets and took an advantage. Got me some scars and buried some family. Hopped on the beat and I had me a tantrum. They told me tenor like this, get a phantom. I feel like Julius Randle. I'm in New York trying to do that little dancer. They give it 10 for what's in my jams. But votes on my feet and I feel like the answer. Hop out your ranchula, Lil Larry, Lil Angela. Making my way to Los Angeles. Broke as fuck, but we ran it up. Armed and dangerous. Only way niggas hang with us. Never in danger of falling out with a gang that us. Trust don't give it up, been backstabbed and it hurt too much. Now I'm going crazy in different places in the gang with us. This shit a drinking true, still can't believe it. I was just grieving, now I'm the best in the region. They didn't believe me, now that they need me, they playing follow the leader. Remember still not a leaner, just task Joe the Beamer. 4-5 on my penis, I don't care about opinion. I got the heart of a lion, I got the blood of a slave. All of my brothers is wolves, I never trade on the game. I never question the game, I know they feeling the same. I just drove the Bentley. How can I both fly? I got the heart of a lion. I got the blood of a slave. All of my brothers is wolves. I never train on the game. I never question the game. I know they feeling the same. I just drove the Bentley. How can I both fly?
Thanks for the countdown.
Yeah, we back. Welcome back. Oh, so hey, before we get into some more random shit, so honey, when the Grand Rising video dropping?
Oh man, we are actually we working on a couple edits, but we're looking to drop this summer, maybe this month when my videographer gets back in town. He does a lot of work he's been like overseas and stuff like that, in and out the country. So we're just still working on the production because I am not giving anything, like, it's my first video. I want to take the time, be intentional, get what I want out of it, learn every part of the process because the foundation is important to me. And so when I do that work, anything I do after that, I know what to expect. And it's not something I keep getting hung up on in between projects and stuff. We can kind of have an overview of, like, knowledge, like, from our own experience as a team. You know, I got a lot of people involved. So, yeah, so when it's done, then we're going to have a little video release party and have some merch. You know what I'm saying? Have it all, and it's going to be all encompassing. But I am featured on this mixtape that'll be dropping in July. So look out for that. I will have a single on there too.
Okay.
So
I bet.
keep you guys
Well, if y'all need
updated.
a DJ for the release party, let me know.
Oh, for sure. You DJ?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's me.
Cue the DJ.
I am him.
Say less.
Yeah, for
Say
sure.
less, my brother.
So we were gonna talk about music. I guess we can talk about the Kendrick album. I caught that. No, okay, so let's go around. Did y'all like the project? Everybody in here, did y'all like it?
I did.
Okay.
I didn't finish
Barry
it.
and Kier liked it. Ambitious?
I loved it.
Honey, loved it.
Loved it. I didn't finish it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So so for the record, I did know she didn't finish it, but I had to let y'all know she didn't finish it, so they would know what her opinion is gonna be like. All right, cool. So, okay, I'll start with me. So, like for me, I hated it when I first heard it, and I hated that album for like the first 2 times, and then the third time I came back and I was like, I like some of these songs. So now I was like, all right, I'm gonna just save, because I'm trying to get into the habit of not saving full albums when I don't like the whole album, because I be having like full projects in my library and I only listen to like 3 songs on it. So I'm trying to get into the habit of that. So I was like, I'm gonna just take the songs I like and I'm gonna be on my merry way. And then the 4th time I listened, I said, damn, these other 2 songs sound pretty good. Like, I fucks with these. So I put that on there, and sure enough, by like, I think this fifth listen or so, I was like, damn, I got this whole album on here. And I ended up liking it. Like, it was for sure a project that grows on you.
5 listens though?
Yeah, it did.
I mean,
I had to listen to it at different places, bro. I had to listen, like, some albums I listened
warehouse?
to. Some albums I listened to on my way to work in the morning. Some I listened to like on the weekend. Some I might listen to in the car. Like, I listen to different shit in different places. So I had to check it out. But now Kendrick sounded good to me anywhere. Even though I was telling you it sounded better on Joe Budden at one point. Yeah. Joe Budden was playing it, and I don't know how they mix that shit, but everything they play sound better.
I liked it. Honestly, I went to they had a listening at CE Gallery for when it dropped. They had
for real?
Yeah. So I was like, at first I was hesitant because I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to sit in a room full of the Kendrick listeners. You know, it kind of comes with that crap. Like that, oh God.
Yeah.
Those guys.
Conspiracy theories.
Yeah, it's like everybody knows everything. And then I'm interested.
Oh, that's like when Barry played it, you played the first 2 seconds, I was like, classic. Ain't even heard this shit. I was like, oh, it's a classic.
That's so funny. But I went to the listening. Yeah. And it was, I got to listen to some of it moved me, and then some of it was just like, I'm not really, I don't think the event was cool, but it didn't really like bring it all the way home for me. So by the time I got home and I sat with it for another couple days and stuff, the first listen was like, okay, this is very different. And I had to acknowledge that, because I'm getting in a new habit, like you said, of not judging the artist based on what I desire. Yeah. Because they're not making something just for my desire. They're creating something, new. This is a new approach. Whatever it is, let it be what it is. So I started listening to it more. And I'm going to read the lyrics while I listen type person. So I'm hearing the way he's coming at it and the layers and stuff, and I'm listening to it because it's a story. Like, if you listen to it in order, I'm like, hold up. I already knew it was gonna go over a lot of niggas' heads especially at our age. Yeah. Like, some of that stuff that he's talking is maturity. Yeah. It's not nothing for somebody that's not ready for it.
Facts.
And that's just that on that. So it's not about whether you like it right now. You're probably not hearing it. Like, so you're not gonna like it unless you relate. And I just felt like this album as a whole was not only so relatable, but it was very like transformational for me. It was like a lot of acknowledgement of things that I thought were just like happening. I'm like, do men not see this? Do people not see this stuff happening? Like, and I hear this album, I'm like, oh my God, somebody understand. Oh God, okay. Some of the things that have been in my head and on my heart and things I talk about in my own music, I'm like, for an artist of this caliber to be able to put out this like vulnerable work and say these things in these different ways, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I connect with that. I understand. So I love it. We keep coming. I'm going to tour next month.
Hey,
Bridgestone.
We down there do gotta go.
Is he coming here next month?
He's coming in July.
Oh.
Yeah,
yes.
I would, but I was.
Tour.
I mean, he was gone for 5 years, so I mean, he already had everything planned.
I did like Damn though.
And at first,
I did like his last album.
I like Damn more than I like this.
Yeah,
so I can't form my opinion to compare the two yet till I've listened to it. So
I like Damn more than this one, and Section 80 was my favorite, of course. And then it went Damn, this, and then the Pimp a Butterfly. Even though I still like some of To Pimp a Butterfly, but
I like some.
that's probably my lowest ranked
felt
Kendrick
more
album.
like
Though.
almost a mix, like you said, of To Pimp a Butterfly and something else.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of like it, but I ain't like throw to the point where
I feel
it's
it. It's like I can appreciate what it did, but it's not necessarily what I'm gonna run to.
Wow.
But you know what?
I'm saying that's what he was
Kendrick
saying. Like,
album.
yeah, I don't. I have the Kendrick
still
album
go
in
to
my
it,
library, but I don't run to it.
Yeah, I'll run to Good Kid, Mad City still.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel that.
I mean,
Damn, I forgot about that project for a second. No cap.
the first line in the first song, you say he was in therapy, so I already knew where the album was going when he said that. I was like, I already knew it.
They were saying,
I love accountability, right?
Yeah, I do too.
It was some people saying it was based off his therapy sessions with some dude, and they had like a picture of them in therapy.
And he had a
I was
second
like,
child too.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, facts.
He really here, like he really present for his life type thing.
And because if you think about it, on all his other album covers, he blurred out faces, and this one he didn't.
I ain't think of that.
Yeah. Quick math, boy.
This was my favorite album because I like when a man is emotionally mature. Like I like the hype stuff and that's fun, but like women mature. They say stereotypically we mature faster than men.
Yeah.
But I think that's because we learn emotional maturity when y'all learn to suppress it. So a lot of the things that we mature on emotionally just happen a little bit faster conceptually than it does for a man, and it's like hearing that is like, dang, I wish dudes my age understood this to this degree, because this was me. Like some of the things he was saying, this was me like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So I'm like, dang, I wish I had this album 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, where was you at, Kendrick?
Where was you at, Kendrick? You was too busy.
Nah, you know what's crazy? That what's that song? The K95 song?
N95.
He shot that video during the pandemic, so it ain't no telling. He probably would have released it if it wasn't for the pandemic.
Yeah, I think he's working on. He worked on it. I think he allowed the project to develop to where he wanted, and not. That's why it was no marketing. It was nothing like that, and I appreciated that. It was real art.
But I think is it starting to go that way now with Harden? Like I don't remember the last time I really saw an album being marketed.
What?
Like
your promo is so.
Well,
annoying.
I mean, Future did it, but Future didn't do. I mean, he dropped some. He did some tweets.
Promo run.
But
J. Cole promo right now. That's what that basketball shit is.
But that shit don't matter.
Kendrick did no gimmicks.
Yeah, Kendrick do know. He did know.
Kendrick
But I'm
was
saying
gimmicks.
like
he hopped on them Keem songs.
Other than Future,
We didn't know
dropping,
he was coming with no album.
That is true.
Yeah.
He did the Super Bowl.
That was literally just like, okay, Kendrick popping out here and there. We knew he was working, but we didn't. 4 years of writer's block.
I don't think none of the big niggas we really know when their albums coming. I don't think they do marketing. I don't think the big rappers do it. Like y'all
Their
saying it's
team
just
does.
Kendrick, but I feel like Cole don't, Hove don't.
I think it's.
I don't
just
think
stuff
none of
that
them
you
do
think
marketing
that
for
might
their
not
albums.
Be marketing that might be marketing. Like
Yeah.
going to hoop is marketing. Like,
Yeah.
Kendrick was in Nigeria.
It's marketing is like them seeing you going back outside. Like marketing's done just started a photo.
It's just to kind of get people seeing you again, talking about you again. So when you when you drop, it's not like this. Like
Kendrick said, "Here,
I don't know." Yeah, but I feel like it's hard to really like want to listen to like new music. Like even when Kendrick's album, like I was anticipating it. But I have to get off Twitter anytime a big drop comes out because I feel like my opinion
gets skewed.
Yeah, like subconsciously. And it's like, because it's not intentional, but it's just like, sometimes it takes me a few listens. Like when Lucky Day dropped his Candy Drip album, people were loving. But that's the thing, people were loving it, and I listened to it. I love Lucky Day. Okay, I hated it.
Really?
But you know what? Like it was like one of those things. Like it felt like fluff. Like I'll say I love.
It was fluff.
I say I love when like artists like tell stories and they allow like songs to kind of merge into the next one, but I realize that it makes me tune it out when that happens. And so it took about a good 4 or 5 listens. Like this is the thing, I kept saying I didn't like it but couldn't stop playing it. It's because I think I wanted to like it, and now I love it. Even more so when I went to the concert and got to go on stage with him. Then it made me really love it, you know. Like,
but it wasn't natural. Like I feel like that too.
I had to keep listening. Yeah,
I have not been on Twitter with that. Like no opinions of Twitter on Kendrick.
Conspiracy theories, man, they be wilding on there.
Because people will give you their think piece and it influences your natural like relationship.
Yeah.
And I hate that.
Yes,
like,
I
I
do
want to
too.
look at the art and see what lands on me. I don't need all of y'all to validate the experience I just had.
Everybody got to get a think piece, and that should be so irritating.
I feel like Kendrick should have came harder on this bar because this bar doesn't amplify.
The third syllable.
Oh, no. It was the other think piece I saw on Twitter, and they were talking about like the music video he dropped with the faces or whatever. And there was like some part, and they were like,
"Oh, really?"
It was saying something about like when he was moving around like that. They were like, it was supposed to him representing the heart, you know, like he's a beating heart. I'm like, bro, y'all, like what the
and
hell?
I was like, what
are you talking about?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember seeing that post.
Yes.
That was nuts.
That's why I don't do the Twitter though, because it just becomes a conglomerate of talk. It's just chatter.
It's just people's opinions.
Immediate thought.
Yeah. And everybody thinks their opinion is right, and it's just like
they defend opinions
or factual.
Release them. Like let them be if that's just your opinion, but allow for them to change if they do and whatever. But it's like you put a Twitter opinion out or you share an opinion nowadays, and people make you marry it like it's law.
People don't like you to not have the same opinion as them. So like if you be like, I like the Kendrick album, and they didn't like it, and now they mad at you because you liked it, and so they go tweet you like, "Why you don't like this?"
No, they always gonna come at you with opposition about
and
it.
Versus
like,
bruh, it's just how I feel.
We don't wear the same shoes. Like what?
Ain't nothing I can tell
you don't even eat what I eat for breakfast.
Yeah, like, I enjoy listening to this. I don't know what you want me to tell you, bro.
Man,
like, why would I stop my enjoyment? Because
they NBA YoungBoy fans. That's why.
Yeah. Hey, a lot of niggas don't like NBA YoungBoy. I fuck with some NBA YoungBoy songs. Really? I'm not gonna lie, but I listen to like a mixture of everything. Like, okay. So like niggas, when I tell niggas like I had it, we talked to. Kier, we talked about the Lil B era the last time. Yeah. Me and Kier was one of the big niggas that started my Lil B era. Like
I loved and hated that era.
Hey,
you follow me on Twitter, so
I know. But I'm saying like Kier was niggas was big in Lil B, but I was still going listen. Like I was still listening to Kendrick First Project at that time. Like when he dropped the Kendrick Lamar EP, I was still listening to that shit. But I was listening to Lil B too, nigga. I was cooking. And like I was out here. I was on that shit. Like I loved it. So like I feel like you gotta have a balance. I feel like you shouldn't. I don't know. It's a lot of niggas that only listen to Kendrick and they don't listen to nothing else, or like they only listen to the knowledgeable rap.
Bro, you putting that stuff in your body. It's not good for you, my man.
That's what niggas be on. Like, all right. Be wildin'. I be like, damn, I can't cook one time.
My birthday.
Yeah, it's my birthday.
Like, geez, all right, bro.
Yeah, no, that's
taking too far.
Nah, Kodak did his thing on his album though.
Yeah, Kodak was had bars on that jump. Yeah,
Kodak been surprising me on a lot of songs though, cause he did a song with Future where he was singing or something like that on his album.
Yeah,
surprised. How you surprised? He did all that on Candy Paint.
Well, I have not listened to
what's that album?
Since,
you should
did the song with Lil Uzi Vert.
You should listen to.
You gotta go
like
back
that. Dying to Live. I think was what I messed with.
Like all of that. Dying to Live. The painted picture.
I'm gonna send you a playlist, bro. I'm gonna take you on a Kodak trip, bro. Kodak really be going crazy.
He's a real good artist. Like.
I think a lot of people overlooked it because he was a weirdo, which I was. I did it.
He was ugly.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. He's just a weirdo to me, and I didn't listen to his music at one point, but then I went back and I was like, damn, okay, like he actually got some shit. That was one time Wiz made fun of me he got mad at me on Twitter, like, you know, niggas every once in a while you'll like hate on an artist and they'll actually respond and shit on Twitter. I did that shit back in like middle school. Yeah. And I didn't like Wiz when he first came out when everybody did. And I was like, this nigga's, and I remember it. I said, this nigga's not lyrical at all. And I was pissed. And he replied and he was like, I'm not trying to be no lyrical miracle or some shit. And I was like, I was like,
that was
damn.
You?
Yeah, but
bro.
now, yeah, right.
That was
but
you?
now,
This you?
right. But now when I go back, like when Wiz drop a project, I'm gonna listen to that shit because I fucks with it. Like,
he was disrespectful. Wiz was killing it.
Wiz,
Bro,
whenever I be scared of that.
was,
I don't tag no
I
celebrities.
didn't fuck with that nigga. No, I didn't get no fucks. That was, I think that was.
Him and Brandon Jennings was going back and forth. I was like, both y'all trash or some shit. And it's like, what do you do? I'm like, excuse me, I did not think y'all.
My bad, bro.
Hey, bro, send me a t-shirt.
Right. I don't know.
I just want a jersey. I wouldn't even.
Nigga said, what do you do? A nigga asking you, what do you do is damn near embarrassing. What do you do?
I'm human.
Damn. Like, I'm breathing. Damn, that's weak as hell.
I be wishing celebrities do that, though, often.
Clap back more.
Yeah, just
Rihanna was the queen of clap.
Man, okay.
I miss her on Twitter.
That's how Ja was talking about shooting niggas.
Oh, that's worse than it.
Ja Morant was
I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I feel that though, cause like people be trying to play with you through that phone. They be like, "That's a phone. I'll break that phone."
Yeah, they be trying to hold niggas for sure.
Nah, Ja be hanging around Moneybagg Yo too much.
Ja in Memphis.
Yeah, I mean, we in Memphis now.
Ja's in Memphis.
Them too
No,
much.
I couldn't deal with that. Like, I would be the person that, like Rihanna, when she used to do her clapbacks, she used to shut it down in the first two sentences. So I would be that kind of person because I'm pretty loud I'm pretty vocal. I'm not one of those people that you could just come at me sideways on the social media or
And
nothing like that.
allow
Don't come
it.
at me sideways.
Yeah.
You don't know me. Stop.
I feel that.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
I'm gonna stop
Just
you
when you
right
thought,
there.
let me let you think again. No.
What other projects are y'all listening to right now?
Donda.
Okay.
Wild.
Has the second one even came
Let's go
out?
see.
It
I've
came
been
out if you
listening
haven't
to a
still
lot of
player.
I.S.W.U.
But I think
I think
there's
that's how you say it.
what?
I.S.W.U.
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of him lately.
I like him.
Milwaukee one time. I didn't know who he was.
I.S.W.U. Who's
Yeah.
that?
You know
Man,
that?
he low key
Detroit.
slaps
Oh,
though.
he
Like
really?
he
Yeah, yeah.
slaps.
You know too?
He got a
Oh.
song with Lil Baby that go hard. Know the
Yeah,
difference,
the one with Big Sean too.
bruh. Go.
What?
You need to listen to Champions. You need to listen to what's the one? There was this one dude. It was a dude from Steelers that put me on the I.S.W.U. because he kept playing this song Mud Baby or something like that. And I was just
I
like,
just want to be going home.
he be having me
He from
turn.
here?
Detroit.
I never
Yeah.
heard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Detroit.
Yeah, put me on,
Yeah.
cause
Right, because I mean that name honestly kind of caught me. So I'm like, I.S.W.U. Okay.
Oh,
that's-
okay, so you got a little Audrey Nuna in there. I
that's
love
what I was
her.
gonna say.
I love
I've
Audrey
been listening
Nuna.
to Kendrick every day.
Every
Every
weekend.
like every day. I don't care. I'm
I
going
still
out.
haven't given
You
it
haven't
like
heard
a really full listen through.
The Weeknd.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good
Because
album.
his
Bro,
and
you gotta listen
I'm
to
probably
that.
just stuck in my ways because I'm so used to the old shit.
The Weeknd has been telling a story though his whole
Yeah,
career.
he been
Like
going
it's not
back
a
and forth, bro.
it's not a thing of like individual like that. Like his shit is
It's the whole album.
it's the whole everything that he's done. From the red carpet looks
Yeah.
leading into it's a story. Like the whole thing. So
I'm gonna go back.
if you tap into the Weeknd, you gotta tap into the whole thing.
I started listening to Currency. I never listened to him before. Yeah, like somebody put me on, so I've been listening to him lately.
Nah, you know that Currency. I listen to every Currency project that ever come out. That nigga, he's the most. Currency is literally the most consistent artist in the game. I don't know nobody else that drop more often than him.
Yeah, when I was looking through his discography, I was like, golly.
That's probably just like on Apple Music. Like
Yeah.
you go to that Piff, you damn near see a drop from Currency every month for the last like couple years.
Every year.
Yeah,
Every
and it's
month.
it's all
wild.
good. None of it is
Slap.
trash.
Every
Yeah,
time.
that's just like. Well, then I had him, and then I started getting to Larry more. So then I didn't listen to Currency much when I got into Larry. Not gonna lie.
I can do that.
I try to listen to more female artists now. So I listen to Doechii, and she's new. She's if you click her stuff, you won't unclick it. You never stop clicking it. Doechii and like Audrey Nuna, she's Asian.
Yes, I love
like
Audrey
she's
Nuna.
a rapper. Like there's just so many.
she
I
sings,
try to
too.
get into that. Like there is more art out than just like the male rappers that we all are used to.
Yeah.
And I try to even listen. I listen to UK rap. I think I told y'all that last
Yeah.
time.
Oh, I can't do
I love Dave. Oh my God, Dave is the one. I can't get enough of Dave.
Where?
It's the okay. So their accent for me, when I'm into rap and I'm thinking about, I rap like so. The play on the voice. Yeah. They can hit different pockets with the beat because of their accent. And if you just let go of the fact that you think they have a funny accent, you can hear what their voice is actually like contrasting on the beat. Like it's fun. It's like it's to a point where you're like, this man just said, you're like, it's like, wait a minute, with the beat, and then you hear it with the beat doing that, and you're like,
what's crazy? I know exactly what she's talking about.
How did you use the diction to do that? American words can do that. Yeah, you literally have to have that accent for it to hit like that on those parts. So I can appreciate it, you know.
I feel that.
You know,
the closest I got to that was "War" by Drake. That shit classic. Batman teams. I probably would have got it because I felt like even though he wasn't UK rap, like Pop Smoke reminded me of UK rap a lot. Drill. Yeah, like drill music reminds me of UK rap.
I'm gonna put y'all on to RD. He's a white boy too. I'm gonna put y'all on to Dave.
Well, he do drill.
The drill is going to Italy now. Y'all understand this?
I seen that video.
Have you not seen these things? America, y'all have to understand. America is the biggest influence. America is IG. It is the influencer. Okay, they want what we got, even though they want to backdoor hate on it. You know, some aspects. Oh, we don't really like Americans. Y'all dress exactly like Black Americans.
That's true.
Dance like Black Americans. Your fun is us. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah, so, I feel that.
I'm gonna check. Got drills.
I got Doechii up here now.
Doechii. You gotta put her it on some Doechii cool. Persuasive.
She got a lot
she
of
can rap.
See that hair, boy?
In that because she changes her look.
That's fire. She got a lot of hair.
It's a lot of dope female artists, and you know I just try to give that same like respect back because I feel like men would have a very an easier time in general understanding women if we did more exchanging of just community. Like women in rap, and I face this sometimes when I'm working with male producers and stuff. It's like they'll be heavy on what their perspective is of how I should approach what I'm saying or doing, and I'm like, you are not a woman, so some of these things will not make sense to you, and they are not intended to. But if you would like to know what I'm saying by this, ask. Because if I change that, it changes the context of what women would understand, and that's not my goal. So I feel like rap is a great medium for men, especially Black men and women, to like, you know, interchange ideas and thoughts and understand each other. So I really appreciated We Cry Together.
Yeah,
with Kendrick and
I did like that. I did like that.
See that video.
And forth. And both sides were like I saw women that related to that shit, and I saw niggas like, yeah, he right, like, or
the censor version is so funny.
Yeah, vice versa.
The censor version is so funny.
Oh, I heard
that. Wait, what version?
The censored version.
Yeah, like
they block all the cuss words.
What is it? Just you?
Yeah, right.
You I E I O. Sound like the alphabet.
I think it's like a Power Rangers fight.
Sound effects.
Yeah, no cap.
Give me my keys.
Just all ad-libs. But it's a good thing. I think I can't wait for that to become more of a unified front than it is like a be like me. No, like
I listen to a lot of women artists, but I usually look to women for R&B because I feel like they do it better.
I don't think it's a comparison.
I think women do R&B better than men.
Man, Taste by Snow Allegra is the best song I've ever heard in my life.
That's so crazy because I like male R&B artists more than like female R&B artists right now. But yeah, that's as a woman though. Like
Money Long.
See, that's why we need to meet in the middle, right there.
Wait, no, because then that made me think about. It was a question I wanted to ask you from the last episode that apparently Kier mentioned that I dodged, so I wanted to ask. We talked about. You mentioned last episode that you feel like men did podcasts more.
Yeah.
Why you think that?
y'all like to hear each other's talk and you like to affirm each other's bullshit. So yeah, I think that is like where it's like being a woman, we're constantly like, men will build a house and then you're just knocking on the windows constantly, like, okay, if you built this house, but if you never let anybody in it, then does it matter? Like, who cares? You can't even do anything.
Right, so what you think we like? You think we closed off?
No, I just think I think that men tend to create structures without balance. And that's just, if we see a lot of male ego being podcasting and stuff. I mean, look what happened. Homeboy just dropped off the podcast game in the earth.
Who?
The Kevin man.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't do anything but create a platform that was intentionally designed to continuously perpetuate the same BS thoughts and ideas. But as we know, people often tap into that. So it's just like, I feel like men, they get together, and men do it in general, right? Like, when you think I want to build something, or I want to do something, or I want to create something, the first thing you do is you just go get a whole bunch of men. And it just is like, why?
Now I feel bad that there's more men in the pod today
like,
than there are
I
women.
appreciated this episode because I'm like, dang, like we both live in the same world, but the perspective grows everybody. So, you know, that's all. I just kind of feel like men kind of like always go into things like with this all male dominant, like.
Do you think women don't want a podcast?
I think they do. I think that it's also hard because women will listen to male and female podcasts, but rarely do men listen to females talk unless they want to combat you.
So you damn near got a point, but I'm going to be honest with you. If I hear a lot of women podcasts, they're usually only tailored to women.
Well, this is the thing. A lot of y'all stuff is tailored to men. So it's not about that. I listen to it to understand and get a perspective of what y'all talking about because I love black men and I care. And so with women in general, it's like, damn, y'all want to have all this stuff with us, but y'all don't want to do nothing with us, like, until you're ready to do something with us. That's so petty.
I don't know. You think y'all think men podcasts only cater to men? I feel like we go everywhere.
I think so. Yeah.
I feel like it.
Male
But I'm trying not to turn this into like a race war, but I'm just saying, just me personally.
It's just unfortunate that, you know, the most recent popular person that was a male that had content technically catered to women was Kevin Samuels. And of course, you got a whole different perspectives. I'm a person that looks at things. I try to look at stuff without emotion, so I can make sure I don't miss something that I can pull from it. And y'all know Kendra G. She does basically what Kevin Samuels does, like literally right now. But she talks to men and women. You know what I'm saying? And she has different styles. She's been on Kevin Samuels' show. And I listen to her show just as much as I listen to Kevin's because I still like to hear the dialogue. I like to hear her perspective. I like to hear a woman like that. That's instead of if Kevin Samuels is doing it completely wrong, I would like to hear a woman to be able to come out and say whatever they need to say to women. So as women, I can see how y'all hold each other accountable and what type of man y'all would like to hold y'all accountable in these type, you know, in to see it, to actually see it.
Older men, I see things where older men talk in different platforms and stuff, and they'll say, like, older men I know in the community, right? So in general, they'll be like, man, if you listen to a woman, she gonna tell you everything she need. And the first time she talks, a woman is always. But then you get men, and they're always like, I don't know what she need. She don't listen to me. It's like, okay, like, there's a disconnect in the communication, and I feel like podcasting or just any type of like platform that involves communication should involve like balanced listening and balanced like talking. So I just think that the male perspective when it comes to podcasts is just like the interest is just around male perspective.
I feel
featuring women.
Yeah, it caters to men for sure. It does cater to men.
But
I get
made
that.
Content still interesting as hell, right? Is you didn't have it wasn't as much as Kevin would go crazy on some people, whatnot. You had some people that call in there like you listening to what this woman says she wants, and you're like, okay, you want that, but like some dude says he wants a Bugatti. Like, you know, if you sign yourself up to go undergo with that avenue, to go get that Bugatti, and you got to realize the margin of error is small because not many people have a Bugatti.
Right.
So if you're going to want this type of lifestyle, this type of person, you should be able to tell me exactly how you want to go get that and what you're going to be working on. And it was crazy.
What's your plan?
It's crazy to hear people not have a plan. Right? If you can't, like, it was crazy to hear women say, and this is, you know, like, this is just listening, right? If you're 38 and you're planning to have a big family still and you don't have any kids yet, you know, but and you're not saying that, like, you're talking about
fantasy versus reality,
you know, and there was a lot of that going on, not more so, but just there was a lot of instances of that, and those would be the episodes that would get the most views because he's eating them alive.
And that's what I think the approach for me is unnecessary.
Yeah.
It's like you can teach, like the concept is what needs to be understood, not the individualized sex or person. And I think that's where men and women of mature levels can like connect. Yeah. It's like where we agree on these concepts. Are you living in a fantasy or are you living in your tangible reality with some of these desires, needs, and wants? What is a need and want, like starting at the root of everything. So that's why I'm like, you know, just going back to the whole thing, it's like I feel like it should just be more of an interchanging type of thing. It should be more balanced. Like if you think about having a podcast, fine, but like where does the perspective grow? Where does it get challenged? Right. And like women, that's your opposite. Like it's to challenge you to grow.
My biggest critique for his podcast was for him to be more, like, if I was to be Kevin Samuels and have that type of podcast, I would be way more humble about all the, like, if I'm going to lay the law down on you and say something like this, I'm still going to say, well, yeah, but my 2 marriages didn't work. This one didn't work because of this, and it was my fault. He says that sometimes, like he was a bad leader in his first marriage. And I was like, well, as a young man, I need to hear that. I needed to hear that, damn, we can fail. We can have a good job and provide and everything, but still be a bad leader. Yeah. You know, and not be able to make sure that we got a good manage on situations and we're actually sparking the fire. You know, when we coming back to the house, you can blame it on your wife all you want to, but that's a bad reflection of you now. And that's one thing he never really did is he never really talked bad about his wives. But I think he should have been more honest. More honest. What's the word I'm looking for? Just more transparent. Oh yeah, vulnerable. More transparent in what wasn't working. You know, what didn't work, instead of just being like, well, you know it all.
I think for me, it was hard to really tap in with his podcast or like his show in general because of the delivery. Because I feel like black women are already disrespected in the media by, you know, and just in so many realms. And it's disheartening when you have a black man like speaking to black women like this. Like, you know, it's just like we're disrespected enough everywhere else. Like I don't also need it from you. Like you can still tell me whatever it is you're trying to tell me or what you feel is best from the male perspective without demeaning me almost. Like, you know, with love. Like, yeah, like
where's the love? You can feel the love for somebody. I always say like protection and stuff like that is important when it comes to love. So I love black men because I don't want black men to, you know, experience suffering, etc. in general. I might have had situations that didn't work out with black men, but I love black men, like period. And I feel like on the same sense, we kind of don't experience the love in return because it's not in the action. It's not in the support. It's not, love is also a verb. So it's like when you're sitting up there and you're constantly complaining about women, chopping them down, this ain't love. You hate us. I don't want to hear this. This sounds like a hate parade, and I can't get with that.